Hey, it's another January horror movie because apparently I don't hate my life enough. So this time it's Gretel and Hansel. Let's see if it's any good, shall we? What's up, Raiders? It's Adam from RaidersOfLostFlix.com, and I just got back from seeing Gretel and Hansel. This movie is directed by Oz Perkins, who also directed, Fuck All of Note. Sorry about that. When Gretel and her brother Hansel are forced to leave home due to poverty, they are left wandering into the woods, starving, looking for food and work. This is a modern retelling of the original Hans Christian Andersen story. It stars Sophia Lillis, Alice Krieg, and Samuel Leakey as Hansel. This movie is very stunning to look at. The cinematography is from Gallo Oliveras. I don't recognize any of his previous work, but it's a very interesting film to look at. There's a lot of interesting visuals, very stunning cinematography done here. I was very impressed with that. I was also impressed that this story does boldly try to change up the original story a bit. It is definitely trying to do something different, and I'm always saying that I want to see, people take risks. I want to see new stories and whatnot. But other than that, this movie really drags a lot, fortunately. It's narrated by Alice Krieg in the beginning, and then throughout the movie, it's narrated by Sophia Lillis again, and every time the narration kicks in, it takes me out of the story, and that's unfortunate. Of course, there's a big twist in the movie, because it's a Hollywood mandate now that every single movie, especially horror, simply must have a twist for the sake of having a twist. You don't necessarily see it coming, but once it comes, it doesn't really land. Like, I'm just like, oh, well, that was a thing,
I'm sorry, this is Ace.
So that has to be there, and it's there. Other problem, I'm trying really hard not to spoil this movie because I don't do that kind of stuff on my channel. If you want spoilers, you can always send me a direct message on Twitter. I'll definitely tell you about it if you really want to know. But there's some, I was asking myself the question, going into this movie, why is it called Gretel and Hansel and not Hansel and Gretel? And that's because, you guessed it, the patriarchy. And now that I've called attention to it, I'm going to get blasted in the comment section because obviously what I say will have triggered somebody. That's right. There are some moments in this movie that, the patriarchy thing comes in, and there are scenes that are put into the movie. It's not quite as ham-fisted as, like, say, Black Christmas, but it's still there, and it's glowing, and it's hard not to notice it. It drags really bad, man. It is a slow burn. It seems like what they were trying to do was they saw The Witch, and they thought that was pretty cool, so let's take that and let's blend it with a little bit of the Blair Witch Project, maybe just a little bit, and, we'll put an interesting twist on the original Hans Christian Andersen tale. That's kind of what they did. So the dragging feels like it's kind of artificially done just to build atmosphere. There's a lot of scenes in the movie that don't make a lot of sense. There's some of those annoying fake out dream sequences, which I hate in horror movies. It's just cheap. It's cheap narratively. There's one jump scare that I remember in the movie, but it wasn't one of those like woo fake out jump scare. It wasn't one of those fake out jump scares. It was a genuine good setup jump scare, and I jumped maybe about, I don't know, say this much right here. So that was a thing. I guess that was cool. Other than that, I just, the twist, you don't see it coming, but the ending is predictable as all get. There's a plot MacGuffin that is placed early in the movie, and you're like, that's gonna come back later. And then when it does, it's like, there you go. There it is.
But, there it is. There it is.
I don't know. I just didn't feel this one. Also, the two kids. So, I like Sophia Lillis in the It movies. She was good in that. These two kids are really dull. And I hate to critique. I hate to critique kids, okay? Because, you really shouldn't critique child actors, but the problem is when you're spending 1 hour and 27 minutes, which isn't really a long time, but you're spending most of it with these two children, it's harsh. It is. They're just, neither one of these kids have any kind of charisma or emotion or anything. They just don't bring it. Most of the time, you're just kind of staring at Sophia Lillis, and then the background is you're more focused on the background than you're focused on Sophia Lillis, Gretel. I don't know if that was by design, but I was really digging the set, and not so much the actors. The actors were extremely boring, and Samuel Leakey as Hansel is the most annoying little fucking kid since, like, I don't know, Anakin Skywalker from The Phantom Menace.
Are you an angel?
What?
An angel. I heard the deep space pilots talk about them. They're the most beautiful creatures in the universe. They live on the moons of Viego, I think.
Yeah, I said that. I went there. I did it. Go ahead, beat up on me, throw stuff at me. I had to say it, all right? So I did. These kids are awful in this movie. Alice Krieg was kind of bummed out because, you know, whenever you need a creepy white lady, Alice Krieg's always on speed dial, like, yep, need a creepy white lady, because she played the Borg Queen and also from the Borg Queen. Remember her? So yeah, so we bring her back in, and most of the dialogue in this movie is just like, it's mumblecore. There's a lot of time. I don't know if it was just the theater I was in or if I'm going deaf. Maybe I listened to my music too loud, but there's a lot of times where I couldn't understand what people were saying in very important moments. And a lot of it just came out like gibberish. And I think it's just because, I don't know, maybe it wasn't mic'd properly. A lot of gibberish dialogue that just doesn't add up. It's like, you don't really need the dialogue to figure out what's going on, but still, you paid to see a movie. You sit down, you want to understand, you want to get invested in the story. If you can't make out the dialogue and they're mumbling through the entire thing, that's a problem too. Score, I'm going to give this one, well, here, before I do that, I want to reveal my new scoring system. I'm still doing the cheese curd thing, you know, 1 through 5. Go ahead, screenshot this because I'm not going to explain it again. This is the only time I'm going to do it, the only video. I would give this one a 2 out of 5 cheese curds. This is government cheese. It's not really very good. I was bored through most of it, and when I left, I felt nothing. I wanted to like it, but yeah, I hate to judge a movie by its trailer, but this just did not look that interesting. It's a very PG-13 horror movie. I mean, it does kind of push the PG-13 boundaries a little bit, so I'll applaud it for that, but the story is insanely predictable. Even with the twist in it, it just didn't work. I mean, narratively, it was kind of a mess. It wasn't nearly as bad as The Turning, which didn't even have a third act. This movie at least has a beginning and a middle and an end. It's just, by the time you get to an end, you're like, oh, that's what we're gonna do? All right then. So anyways, I don't know. What do you think? Leave a comment down below. God, thank God January is over. I swear to you, I've seen 8 movies this month and 2 of them were good. 6 of them were turkeys. That's, January. February has got to be better than this, man. It just has to. January is such a cliche when it comes to movies. Just, oh boy, you know? Anyways, I went to go see it. If you're not part of my Facebook group, make sure you join because people there actually vote on the movies that I go see so that I'm not wasting anybody's time, because I don't want to sit up all night mixing and editing a video that nobody's going to watch, because a lot of the movies that come out this time of year, nobody really wants to watch them, but everybody wants to see a review on at least 1 or 2 of them. Anyways, let me know what you think. What's the worst movie you saw in January? What's the worst movie you saw this month? Or just the worst movie you saw in January, period, in a theater? Leave a comment down below. Let's get a discussion going. Make sure you hit the like button on the way out if you haven't done so already. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you like my content, my video reviews, and we'll see you on the next one. This is Adam signing out. You guys have yourselves a groovy day. Peace.